right now there is so much confusion in terms of what it takes to really ramp up and scale a real estate business these days. So many different voices and you're getting pulled in multiple different directions. There's overwhelm, there's confusion. So what I want to do is today, I want to show you the quickest path, the roadmap to $1 million business, okay? And so yes, once again, this is the $1 Million Agent course. If you're here online, welcome. You've probably seen on the webinar that a registration form that there is a handout. We've got a workbook for you that you can get at the Real Estate Dojo. So if you've got that, please open it up. Please, I hope you've printed it off. Take some really, really good notes here. And that'll really help you to squeeze as much juice out of this session that we spent together so that you can leave here, take some action and get some results, okay? I plan on having a really good time. Let's talk a tiny bit about style today and how this is gonna work. Number one is I'm gonna speak at this pace for the entire webinar. Now I have clients from Australia, New Zealand, the US, and the guys in the US sort of say often, slow down. I'm not gonna slow down because I'm excited. I talk fast when I get excited, pretty passionate about this. And I wanna make sure that we cover there's a lot of ground to cover today. So I wanna make sure, particularly this may be the only chance that we get to work together, okay? So I wanna make sure I go for it, give you my best, and so that you can leave here and take some really good actions. And I really wanna make this count for you. Really wanna help you and set you up for a really explosive year. Cool? All right, so I'm not gonna talk slower. I would really encourage you to listen faster, okay? Other areas on style and one is, your handout, please maximize this. Take really good notes. This is also an interactive webinar as well. So, and I don't want it to be interactive just because being interactive is cool. It is cool, but again, it really helps me to read your question and then I can customize a response that can really help you move the needle in your business, whether you're dialing in as an office today or as a lead salesperson, whether your business is in commercial real estate, residential, if you're a property management. So I'm going to give you a bunch of case studies today. We've got a little bit of time. I just spoke at Peter Gilchrist's digital prospecting seminar event on Friday, spoke at 1,000,000 miles an hour with a small window that I had to talk. So today I get to slow down a little bit and dive into a little bit more detail so that you can see the nuance and you can see the critical success factors that make it really, really easy for you to scale and win in the digital space, okay? And so we're going to do, at the end of the session, if you want, and if it's helpful, I will give you a recording of this, meaning I'll give you all my notes that I have here and that I'm referring to. I'm more than happy to make that available at the end if you request that at the end. And we're going to do a big Q&A session so I can answer as many questions for as long as it takes to make sure that I can really help you. And my promise today is that I will not only give you a great deal of content, you're not able to buy anything today, but if you want, it's helpful, I'll show you where to go in order to get some more help around the stuff that we cover today. Cool? All right. So sit back, have some fun, get interactive so we can customize it and you can really maximize our time together. So let me just dial down. I'll open my iPad here and get into some content. So just by means of starting off, how long have you been in real estate for? It'd be lovely to hear your answers in the chat box. That would be awesome. Let me just do this so I can see you. Have you been in, just how many years have you been in? Have you been in 5 years, 10, 23? That's cool. So fairly broad spectrum from people who are just getting started and people who've been in the game for a while. 9 months, that's a new start. 4 years, 1 year, beautiful. 15 years, love it. Yeah, perfect. Cool. Okay, so we've got a really nice cross section here. Second question I've got for you in just a sec. Let me, what's your average commission? I talk to people all the time from all around the country and I get anything from people who are charging 5,000 and 6,000 to others today. I just spoke on a one-on-one strategy session with a new client who is coming on board around about the 13, 15. That's kind of cool. More people are coming in. That's beautiful. More questions here. Just one sec. Cool. Yep. 10 grand, 25 grand average, 15. Beautiful. 8. Great. Perfect. Cool. So again, a nice little cross section there. Excellent. What I'd like to know too, if you're a listing principal or if you are a lead agent in your business there, how many listings per month are you securing? That'd be awesome. How many listings a month? This is all confidential, so I'm not going to list out names and sort of broadcast to the rest of the audience who's who in the zoo and what you're doing. So yeah, how many listings per month? 5. Some guys here who are, okay, beautiful. That's cool. Nice. Anywhere from 10, 5, 3, 8. Perfect. Cool, cool. Very nice. A couple of chat messages here. Okay, just getting into 4 to 8. Lovely. 2 to 3. Perfect. 6 per month. Love it. Awesome. Great stuff, guys. Thank you. Let me just pull this over here and then that'll stay open. Lovely. And so my question to you is, if you understood this digital marketing space and you really got this, let's say if you knew this, where would we be if we had a conversation a year from now, looking back to today? Let's say today is today, and we're a year from now, we have a conversation and you tell me about how you've implemented all this digital marketing and you know all this stuff. What is that? Here, someone says not enough listings. What does that figure look like a year from now? Let's say you've mastered the digital space. You found out how to dominate, grow your GCI, break the $1 million mark a year from now. What does that number look like a year from now? You've got this, you've mastered it. What would you like it to be? What is it a year from now? Just put that in. I'll give you 10 seconds to do that. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Someone says 1.2 million, 12 listings per month. Lovely. Okay, great. Yeah, again, a cross section here. Love it. Great. Thank you for that. Thank you for your responses as well. So obviously you're here because you don't know how to do that. So the question is, where is the gap between where you are today and the 12 listings that you might want a year from now? Okay. So that's the cost of not knowing this information. Yeah. You with me? So I call it gap tax. So this is the tax that you are paying every month for not knowing this information that we're going to share to you. If you knew it all, you wouldn't be here, right? So I'm assuming that you don't know this information and that you're at a place today and you're at a place in the future. That's where you want to be. And the stuff in the middle is the gap, the tax that you're paying every month for not knowing this stuff and not implementing it. So let me ask you another question. How much is that gap right now in listings per month for you? 10 seconds to figure that out. Just write that down. This is confidential. I'm not sharing this with anybody else. 10 seconds and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. 8 listings per month, 4 per month. Someone says 500 in GCI. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate the honesty, guys. That's really cool. What I'd like to do is ask you a little bit, what is your average commission that you get? I think people were saying, oh yeah, we've got that here, 10 grand. Yeah, beautiful. Some people saying 20 grand. So what is that costing you? So you can work that out in your own mind. I won't tell you, you know, what you're doing. I'm not going to ask how much you're making per month because you know that. And you pretty much know what an extra 500,000 GCI means to you on a monthly basis, yeah? And you pretty much know how many listings, what that means to you in terms of net take-home commission by the month. So that's the gap tax. So I'm going to do my best today, close that gap for you and give you some information that I believe can radically change your results in the marketplace. First thing I want to do is talk about a few problems. And if this is making sense and you like the sound of that, just drop me a number 1 and say, yep, that's cool. Or you can even type, that's cool. Yep, beautiful. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Thanks, Steve. Awesome, Greg. Cool. So problem number 1 is my story real quick. And I want to talk about you more than I want to talk about me. But I got started in real estate when I was 17 years old. Sold for Ray White. I see a bunch of Ray White guys here today. Also for PRD. I worked for a bunch of independents as well. And I see a couple of independents on here too. And I sold real estate in Darwin and in Cairns and down here on the Gold Coast. So fairly broad experience, but that was 20 years ago, okay? Got out of the real estate space after 20 years, pursued some other stuff, set up a consulting company, consulted to some international clients, lived in the US where I learned digital marketing and copywriting. I've been studying that craft for the last decade. Came back to Australia about 3 years ago. And one of the things that I learned, to my shock, was the rest of the world seemed to have progressed in leaps and bounds, but real estate was still pretty much the same as it was in 1995, right? So, and I believe the problem is that, it's not your fault, by the way, but I think the problem is that we get into this trap as real estate agents of playing follow the leader. We just see what the other guys who are doing, and we just do that. And we sometimes don't step back and ask the questions, is this working? Is this relevant? Is this current? Right? Now, there are some strategies in real estate right now which are evergreen strategies. Yeah, they're going to work for time immemorial. They're going to work forever. And there's other stuff that's working right now today. Now, the point of difference is knowing the difference between the two, right? What's evergreen and still relevant today, and what's something that we used last decade, which isn't quite working today. So this is the problem, playing follow the leader, and we're stuffing letterboxes with just listed. That's the best headline we can come up with, just listed or just sold again. A headline. There's a great piece of direct mail that one of the authorities in the real estate space is putting out there. And it's a wonderful piece of direct mail, except for the headline, because it says, Dear Homeowner. Not really compelling. Dear Homeowner, not really personal. Dear Homeowner, no benefits, no emotion. Yeah. So the problem is we're just doing follow the leader, and that's not great. Okay. And the reason why it's not great is because in a sea of sameness, your business and your brand is invisible. If we're doing the same things that everybody else does, there's no point of difference. We're not being noticed. There's an awesome author called Seth Godin, and I'd really encourage you to grab this book, 100%. Author of a book called Purple Cow. And the whole idea, the whole notion and the premise behind the book is, I was actually in New Zealand in December last year with Peter Gilchrist, and we were doing some work over there, sort of driving through the beautiful countryside around the North Island there, and see all these cows everywhere. So I'm from the Gold Coast, I don't see cows all that much. You know, after the first 1,000 or so, they kind of become invisible. But the author of the book, Seth Godin, who talks in his book, The Purple Cow, says, you drive past a purple cow, you're going to pull the car over, you're going to reverse and go, what the hell was that, right? That's the whole idea of being noticed, creating a point of difference. So from a marketing point of view, we want to bust you out of that sea of sameness to reach cut through and get noticed. Make sense? If that makes sense, just give me a yes, and you're awake, and that's good stuff. Yes, beautiful. Why? Saving time, beautiful. Love it. Thank you. They're invisible offers. Here's one I saw when I was in Tasmania last. I hope you can see the screen okay. It says invisible offer. It was like, get an appraisal done and go into the draw for a free pizza. Now, this marketer is such a genius, hasn't even worked out how to get free pizza from the local gourmet pizzeria, right? So they're just saying, we're not going to give you a pizza for free market appraisal, but you have a chance to win one. It's just so silly. And this is what I mean as an example of being invisible. This is an invisible offer. Here's another one, which is very compelling, isn't very visible. It's like, hey, get an appraisal done, or this one was list your house and get 2 tickets to the movies. Really? You're going to charge 15 grand as a fee for service, and you're going to offer a $15 movie ticket. That's awesome. So we do things a little bit different from the normal offers, which are invisible offers in the marketplace there. Okay, but before, I'll show you that in a sec, but let me get on to problem number 2 after follow the leader. Problem number 2 is the one we already touched on, which is that, and for those of you who are fairly new to the real estate game, and if you're born after 1990, actually, probably not too many, but this is a cassette tape, and we used to listen to music on this thing. I was just having a talk with a client who just has a new marketing manager. A younger lady is like, I had to explain what this stuff is. Anyway, so yeah, the problem is we're doing stuff which was relevant back in 1995, but it's not getting cut through today, yeah? It's not current, it's not relevant. The third problem is, as real estate agents, I don't need to tell you this, but we are pulled in so many different directions. And we've got databases now that we need to keep up to, keep them clean, keep them fresh. And we're just, there's so much going on. It's a more complicated space than it has ever been. And so, yeah, this whole idea of working on the business rather than just working in the business is a challenge for most people, purely because of the time constraints and what it takes to master the digital space, right? You can be quite a lot of tech overwhelm in that particular space, yeah? So I'm going to show you one simple path. Let me go on to the blueprint here, and we'll take a few notes. This is your workbook here, $1 Million Agent, how to attract more prospects, convert more listings, and multiply your results. Does that sound good? Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So under how to do this, we talked about a couple of things just in the title page there. The first one being attract, right? We want to know how to attract people, yeah? Second component of this, and the reason why we do this, by the way, I'll back up a little bit, is we want to do two things. The first thing we want to do is to grow or scale your business. So if you're filling that out, just write grow or scale. And the reason why we want to grow your business is that so we can give you these few things. We want to create more time for you, yeah? We want to create more money. And in doing that, we want to be able to create more freedom for you to do the things that you love to do with the people that mean the most to you, yeah? So that's our goals in this seminar and this session today, okay? The way we do that is through attract. Second way we do that is through conversion. This is through converting. And the third way is through multiplication. I'll just write multiply. All good with the spelling, beautiful. Okay, 3 issues there. Now there's 3 components under each one of those, and we'll go into them a bit more detail. But just short to say for now that if we're not attracting and you don't have an attraction business, you don't know how to engage people with attraction marketing, then you have no audience, right? That's a problem, not having an audience. If you have no audience, you can't convert, right? If you have no conversion, let's say you do have an audience, but you don't have any conversion, then you have no money. That's a problem, yeah? And so similarly, if you've got your audience, you've got your conversion, but you don't have any multiplication happening in your business, then you've got no leverage. Does this make sense? Just drop me a 1 if that makes sense, or say yes, that makes sense. Beautiful. Okay, so no leverage means no freedom. And so this is how we go to create more time, more money, more freedom for you, is to help you become an attraction agent, help you to convert more suspects into prospects, more prospects into listings, and more listings into sales, more sales into referrals, and then rinse and repeat, yeah? Okay, so more time, more money, more freedom. How do we do that? Let me show you how we do that. 3 elements here. I was just on the phone with another client going through this. The first line right at the bottom here is the attraction part. So I'll just write that in there for you. So we're talking about attraction here. This is attract, this is convert. Yep, and real quick, this is multiply. Beautiful. So 3 components to attraction is firstly, building a funnel, right? Filling a funnel and creating a funnel. And so my question to you would be, where are you in terms of your funnel? And what we do with our clients is we rank them on like it's like a traffic light system. So we go, yeah, red. So if I say, where are you in terms of funnels? And you say, what's a funnel? That means you're a red, right? If you were just with me at Peter Gilchrist Digital Prospecting, you better know what a funnel is, right? Thank you for the response there. So let me ask you a question. Where are you in terms of a funnel? And if you don't know what a funnel is, just write red, obviously. If you have got a couple of funnels going on for you, then yellow. And if you have a multitude of funnels, let's say you have 5 or more funnels happening for you where you've got leads coming in, people wanting appraisals, people wanting to list, people engaging with you, that would be a green. If you're rocking out funnels, write green. So just write that down where you are right now. Amber, okay, yep, cool. Yellow, yep, okay. Yep, beautiful, okay. More yellows, no one green, no red, that's kind of cool. That's beautiful. All right, so we'll just put that there as amber. So we'll just color that one in there. And by the way, let me show you what a funnel looks like. I'll show you a couple of them just real quick. So those of you who are saying, yeah, I'm probably a red, but I'm afraid to say red. Here's what a funnel might look like. This one is an independent agency up in Townsville. And we're doing a funnel like, how would you like $100,000 just for finding out how much your home is worth? Okay, so that's a funnel. So people fill out their details and then we start a conversation, yeah? So that's a funnel here. Let me give you a different style of funnel. This one here, I mean, you could have a recruitment funnel. That's kind of cool. If you're a principal on the line today, a recruitment funnel would be something that you have to engage the top agents in your area to try and headhunt them, perhaps. This particular funnel here, one of my clients, we took him from 600,000 GCI to $1.1 million GCI year on year. So within 12 months, this is what we get excited about at $1 Million Agent with our $1 Million Agent program, doing this sort of thing. So we took a couple of things here. This is a funnel, by the way. There are some cool things here. This is an authority funnel. That's the next part of what we're talking about in terms of building authority. This one here is you know, this is a free book. So he's an authority on the subject of real estate, right? He's written and authored a book. I'll show you, it's actually a real physical book. So it's kind of cool. Helped him, our company helped him write that, produce that. And now we've modeled this particular website. This is modeled from a guy who makes over $20 million US a year. One of the guys who's a friend and coach of mine, Ed O'Keefe. I can see some of the familiar components of this particular funnel relating to another famous internet marketer, Frank Kern. So cool stuff there. That's his authority funnel. So other ways you can create authority, by the way, is you might be putting together like a monthly market wrap video. So you might shoot that at a local business, which is really smart to do that. Showcasing a local business makes you a good community citizen. And it also expands your audience base from just the people who follow you to the people who follow that particular business. So you might do some cool stuff. Let's say you're at an Italian restaurant or a bakery or somewhere like that. You might say, hey, come into the bakery, and if you mention Rain and Horn, we will give you, see Rain and Horn guys on the call today, we'll give you a free coffee with any order, right? Just something cool like that. Then you can talk about the marketplace. And here's where you really step into authority, talking about the marketplace, saying where we are this time last year compared to right now, what the market's doing, how many properties are on the market, average days on market, average price, what's happening with auction clearance, if that's your thing. Really talking about, hey, what's happening with the Commonwealth Games? I see we've got a lot of people here from around Brisbane and the Gold Coast tuning in, around Redland Bay as well. Welcome. What's happening with the local market with all the influx from the Commonwealth Games, the excitement there? What's the implications of that? Talking about that, it's kind of cool. So that not only positions you as someone who is a community citizen, but also someone who's an expert in the marketplace, right? You can talk about upcoming local events, community events, things like that. It's really, really cool. Same thing, you could do the same sort of thing on a listing video. By the way, video is the way of the future. If you're not using video right now, you must just stop not doing it and step up to 2018 and start doing video, okay? You really need to do that. It's the way of the future. It's the way of attention grabbing. It's the way of attraction, yeah? So what you can do with a listing video, not only talk about features and benefits of the property, but talk about the suburb, talk about average days on market, talk about what's happened in this particular pocket over the last 12 months. Price has risen 7%, 15%, whatever it is for you, yeah? So that not only gives your audience for buyers, but it also opens it up to sellers and it positions you as the resident expert, yeah? Cool stuff. So let me go back to this and ask, where are you in terms of authority? Are you a red, meaning you're not really doing much? Are you a yellow, means like, yeah, we've got a book, or we do this stuff, we do market wrap at the end of the month, or at least quarterly. Please tell me you do at least quarterly. Or are you green? Are you doing a bunch of these different things? And by the way, this funnel here, just as you're answering that, I'll give you some time to do that. This particular funnel that I wanted to show you, you can see this little thing here, Telstra Business of the Year finalists for the state. State finalists is cool. People saying yellow, thank you. Amber, cool. This is authority piece as well. Telstra Business Award of the Year, boutique agency down in Launceston, Tasmania. Been established for 2 years. Challenger brand for sure, but not necessarily credible. New start. So what we did was the results that we had going from 600,000 GCI to $1.1 million, we're broadcasting that. So we applied, wrote the application for Telstra Business of the Year Award, got accepted as one of the state finalists, which is beautiful. So now what we're doing from a branding point of view, a marketing point of view, we're linking boutique, brand new brand with long-standing iconic brand, yeah? So that communicates trust, credibility, a whole bunch of different things. So yeah, really cool. So again, there's authority within the authority. Does that make sense? So where are you? Lots of yellow coming up here. That's cool. All right, so I'm gonna just put yellow. Third thing in terms of attraction is engagement. Is this good? Is this okay, guys? Just tell me yes, it's okay and you're getting this. Does it make sense? So we're gonna get some cool stuff. I'm gonna show some really cool stuff. Awesome, thank you. Yes, beautiful, appreciate that. Next is attraction. Let me tell you about a promotion and it'll cover a bit of stuff. And I wanna show you about the attraction piece. I've gotta be careful what I say with regards to one particular client, but I wanna just go back here and show you this promotion. This is one we did, again, independent. This time, I travel all over the place. I've got clients as far as Townsville and far north Queensland, and right down southern tip in Hobart. So for Todd Pepper, independent agent, so he's not an owner of the business, lead agent. We did this, and this looks a little bit better than a chance to win a free pizza, yeah? A chance to win $100,000 just for finding out the value of your home. Pretty compelling, yeah? That's how you get cut through. I'll talk about the costs on this as well. As like, I was talking to a guy in South Sydney today with a commercial property business. Like, how does he afford 100 grand? The short answer is he doesn't, and I'll show you how to do that. I'll give you that on this call today as well. So you've got that and you're armed with that. And if you want details, I'll show you where to go to get some more help around that one too. Okay, so what we did with Todd is the engagement piece here was, firstly, that $100,000 just for finding out the value of your home. We weren't saying the word appraisal. Please don't do that. Because people know what that is, right? And they don't like, people have been offering free appraisals forever and everyone offers them. So that makes the word appraisal an invisible word. It's not compelling. So just for finding out the value of your home, you can call it a 13-page price report, or call it something other than, anything other than a market snapshot report, anything other than an appraisal. So this is what we did. How would you like 100 grand just for finding out the value of your home? And what made this piece so engaging is we said, if you guess the value of your place within $25,000, we'll give you an extra 20 tickets in the draw. Sound cool? So after we did this, and I'll show you the results that Todd got from this particular promotion. The owners of the business wanted to engage me, of course. And so they said, we want this to be, we want to give them a ticket in the draw if they list with us. And it was just like, no, that's not engagement. Engagement is keeping it light. This is a first contact, right? This is like a first date. So you want to keep it light. Like if I was on a first date with someone and the first cup of coffee we had together as a couple, I wouldn't be talking about how many children I want to have. And I wouldn't be talking about heavy duty conversation. Keep it light at the first meet. We'll talk about wedding bells later on. But just now, let's not talk about heavy duty commitment. Let's keep it light. And the lighter you can keep it, the more engaging it becomes. So one thing I learned from a brilliant internet marketer was this notion of whiskers and cheese. And whiskers and cheese means, in a cartoon way, that the cat knows the mouse wants cheese. So he puts cheese in front of the mouse hole, and the mouse sees the cheese. He's attracted to the cheese. But then as he approaches, he sees the whiskers of the cat. And that doesn't, it's not as engaging, it's not as attractive, right? He's getting a bit nervous about seeing the whiskers because he knows there's a cat around. And what I said to these guys is like, you guys are wanting them to list and give them a ticket. You're showing them whiskers, teeth, claws, and they can't even see the cheese now. They're too busy being afraid of the cat. And let's face it, real estate agents have a challenge with trust, yeah? And most people are afraid of the prospecting and listing process, to be fair. And so this was a beautiful strategy of using that dynamic for this particular agent. So we kept it light, we kept it playful, and we made a game within a game. Just for finding out the value of your home, we'll give you a ticket in the draw. All the past clients, guess what? Hey, we just want to say thank you. We want to give you, just for being our client in the past, we want to give you a free ticket in our draw just to say thanks. We appreciate your business that you did with us. Oh, by the way, if you refer someone to us, we'll give you 20 more tickets in the draw. How about that, right? Cool. Low-hanging fruit, referral business. You're not begging, asking for listings. You're giving away stuff. So it's a really nice positioning strategy to have phone calls and engage your past clients rather than begging for listings and seeing if there's another 20 grand on the other end of the phone, yeah? So that's what engagement means. Having a game, keeping it light, even in your social media posts. The question is, how are you doing engagement? How are you ranking yourself engagement-wise? Are you yellow? Are you red? Or are you green? Meaning green means you've got tons of engagement. You've got a good social media following. You've got some cool, let's say, vanity metrics like likes and shares. They're engaging with your content. Or are you red? Meaning, gosh, we have none of that. We have no promotions. Our social media page, we're putting up stuff and we're boosting posts, but we get 1 or 2 likes. Yeah. Where are you? Red, yellow, or green on that one with engagement? Yeah. Red. Okay. Yeah. Fair bit of red. Yellow. Cool. Beautiful. I'm going to make it mostly, well, that's kind of yellowy red too. Okay. The third thing, or second row in here is conversion. So with conversion, and I'll explain and unpack how we did the promotion for Todd Pepper's promotion with the $100,000 draw. We can cover these 3 things at once. The first over here is understanding your metrics. The second is mastering traffic. And the third is cultivating the offer, rocking out an offer. Yeah. Okay. So let me show you what I mean by that. Go back here. There we go, Todd. So Todd, what we did in terms of traffic, in terms of the numbers, Todd was here over 90 days. He spent $1,005. And so you can see that on the left there, $1,005 on their Facebook traffic. Yeah. And so from that $1,005, it looked like this over 90 days. And this is just numbers which are extracted from his promotion. It's not including the other stuff that he listed and sold it in that 90 days. This is just focused on this promotion. In the first 90 days, he had 48 leads. So about one every 2 days. And meaning leads, meaning these are appraisals, okay? Yeah. So halfway through, we were spending $15 a day on average. Halfway through, he was telling me, stop, turn it off, I can't keep up. Yeah. So, which is silly because we had to have a conversation about what he's doing. How come you can't keep up? He was taking 3 hours to do an appraisal. Yeah. And so I said, mate, is there someone that you look up to? Someone that you admire in the real estate space? He goes, yeah, Matt Steinwade. So let me ask you a question. Would Matt Steinwade spend 3 hours on a listing CMA? No, he wouldn't. Cool. So anyway, so he got that and it's like, here's what it looks like. So from there, he got 4 listings. Yeah. He missed out on one because he was too busy getting bogged down with people who weren't qualified, who weren't ready to come to market today. And he was chasing those guys rather than focusing on people who were ready to list today. So he missed one lady who was ready to list today because he couldn't get back to her or didn't get back to her within 3 days. So his numbers would have been different if he had done that. So we had to go through kind of like real estate. Todd's a beautiful guy, smart guy, earns, north of 200,000 a year in Hobart. Wonderful man. So we had to have a qualification question like, are you ready to come to market today? Is it 6 months, 12 months, or are you just looking just as a general idea on price, right? So we had to qualify who we needed to invest our time with. So long story short is 48 leads, cost per lead, $21. Imagine if you were able to generate an appraisal, only cost you $21, right? Here's the cool thing, top right, revenue per lead based on the net commission. This isn't GCI. This is net commission of $41,000. Revenue per lead, $854. Sometimes when I take this to an office and we put an office-wide campaign in place, and I'll tell you how we do that in a sec, I get pushback sometimes from some agents like, oh, we're doing all these appraisals, but none of them are coming to market. It's like, well, yeah, none of them are coming to market just now. And I'll tell you why that's a good thing. But other stuff that did come to market, we made 41 grand, which means that every time you did an appraisal, it was worth $850 to you, whether they listed or not. So if I had an agent in front of me who was complaining about this particular program, let's say they had done 8 or 10 appraisals with nothing to show for it, I'd say, what would you say if I told you, go out and do an appraisal, for each appraisal, it's worth $850 to you. How many appraisals would you do a day? The answer is as many as I can. I do 10 in one day and take the rest of the week off. Take that 8.5 grand, take the rest of the week off, right? So this is what the numbers look like for Todd. Okay, cost of the promotion. It's an insured price promotion, and I do a report which is called the $1 Million Giveaway. It's like, this is it here. So a bunch of different companies, real estate agents, other companies too, that have used various promotions like this. Now, the whole premise of this is that it's a chance to win $100,000. There's some consolation prizes in there, which are fairly compelling as well, weekends away. But the big prize, the 100 grand, we take out an insurance policy, just like Channel 9 does, for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and they insure themselves against the risk of someone winning the prize, yeah? Same thing with McDonald's, with their McCafe kick for cash that you see on the football at halftime. That's also, we use the same exact insurance company to arrange the policy. That's also a chance-based promotion. So we do those as well. So yeah, the whole cost for the campaign for Todd, a little bit of artwork, $1,000 in traffic, insurance at 2.5, and the rest is pure profit. Yeah. So beautiful, beautiful promotion. That's obviously why we were commissioned by the company as well. So let me ask you, I've just shown you the metrics, like knowing your numbers, and this is online and offline too, by the way. And so my question to you is, do you know your numbers? In an offline sense, when I go into an office and say, what is your highest converting piece of mail that leaves this office? And if people don't know, that's a red. If you know what it is, but you're not doing anything about it, so you just keep doing, but we know this one works and you're not doing it more frequently, that's kind of a yellow, right? And so where are you in terms of knowing your numbers? Are you a red, yellow, or a green? Okay. 2 seconds to answer that. Beautiful. Yeah, red. Thank you. Appreciate the honesty, guys. Thank you for that. Yellow. Cool. Okay, some red and some yellow. No one's rocking it just yet. And guess what? You're not alone, and it's not your fault. So just rock that out with red. How about with mastering traffic, mastering internet traffic, or any other traffic? Where are you guys on that one? Mastering traffic. Yellow. Red, red, red. Okay. Put red in there. Okay. And lastly, we're talking about offers. So I've showed you a couple of offers today. I've showed you the authority piece offer. I've shown you the, I'll show you another one too. I've shown you the $100,000 giveaway promotion. Another promotion I want to show you real quick is this one. And we did this one in property management for another independent company. I'll show you some other stuff too. There's an offer there. These guys had a property manager leave their business and stole about 30 properties, God bless her, as she left. And so the new property manager that joined this company had some confidence issues in terms of appointment setting, had lead generation issues, and also had closing issues. So if you just go to your workbook, so we just talked about Todd and, you know, the person that he is, the problem that he had, and the promise that we made for him. This is Amelia. So she was the new property manager, beautiful lady, business head, great operator, some confidence issues, some appointment setting issues, wonderful attitude, hard worker, can work with that. Yeah. So that's where she was. And so we put together this promotion for her that rocked the free world, to be honest with you. They were listing in the terms of their property management. They were doing 2s and 3s, just organic growth, trying to prospect as best they can. Amelia even had friends like, I can't even get in front of them to sit down and present. So appointment setting issues. So we use this promotion here with this: property investors enjoy increased returns and a free holiday. By the way, these $2,000 holiday vouchers, which were valid at 300 hotels around Australia, only cost us $200 a piece. Okay, so there's some leverage in there. And so, yeah, we said quality tenants, fewer vacancies, better returns, greater reporting, and a free $2,000 holiday voucher. On the other side, because we sort of dug deep and said, okay, what are the issues with people transferring their property from your competitors to you? It's like, well, they don't like the process. They don't like the confrontation of having to say to the agent, we don't want you anymore. That's uncomfortable. So let's take all that away. So on the other side of this particular flyer, and on the website that we made as well, was transferring your property as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, fill out a form, tick 3 boxes. 2, your autograph at the bottom of the page. 3, we make all the arrangements and you enjoy a $2,000 holiday. That's simple, right? So yeah, we went from 1s, 2s, and 3s a month to, in a space of 2 months, secured 38 property managements. How many of you think that's cool? Just write cool if you think that's cool. I think that's really cool. You think that's cool? Awesome. Very cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, beautiful. So that's the sort of thing we do in a property management. Just knowing where you guys are and wanting to give you as many examples as I can. Actually, what I want to do, let me show you just one more offer. If you just bear with me. Here's one we're doing. We're just launching this today, actually. This one's cool. It's like a free report. And this one is, let me just refresh that. This one is reveals the 9 most expensive mistakes people make when selling their home, right? Pretty compelling, hey? Again, we're looking at headlining. This is obviously a franchise, Ray White, so we've got to be respectful to their brand. If you're, I see there's a bunch of people from Ray White, Rain and Horn, some of the Remax. So Ray White's just had the rebrand, of course, so we're respectful to the brand to make sure we're in keeping with their branding, making sure we've got Lato font here and all the other fonts commensurate with their brand. We've got their logo. We're treated very respectfully. So yeah, that's one we're just about to turn on today. And so that's another example of an offer. So let me ask you a question back here. Where are you in terms of your offer? Are you a red? Are you a yellow? Or are you a green? You've got multiple offers. You've got authority pieces out there. You've got free reports. You've got some promotions happening in your local community. Where are you? Red, yellow, or green? Red. Okay, cool. Red, red, red. Red with a few ideas. Thanks. Cool. Awesome. Just enough to be dangerous. I love it. Cool. Now, the third component here, and this is really what's going to set you up for freedom, and thank you for the feedback too, I appreciate that, is one, the first part is we're looking at automation, yeah? Top left-hand corner here, automation. And what that means is like, what have you got that's manual and that's grind, and what have you got that's seamless, that's automated? So with Todd's promotion, for example, it's all automated. It's just set and forget. We did all the work, created it all for him. It's all automatic. He doesn't have to worry about it. The responses come in automatically. He's got a list of emails to follow up. What are you doing that's automated? Are you more automated or are you more manual, hands-on? Where are you? Manual, hands-on, it's kind of red. Automation is going to help you create leverage. Where are you? Automation is green. Hands-on is red. Somewhere in the middle is yellow. Where are you on that one? Red. Red, red. Okay, cool. I'm talking to the right people. This is great. Perfect. Thank you. Any more? Green? Okay, one green. Lovely. Cool. Majority red. Okay, beautiful. All right. Second thing in terms of multiplication is broadcast mastery. Broadcast mastery is the opposite of broadcast mastery, is what we've done since 1995, which is manual, and it's one-to-one, one-to-one, one-to-one. Scale is one-to-many. This forum, when I can talk to 20, 30, 100 people, is also broadcast mastery. This is one-to-many, yeah? So we want to get you to a place where you're leveraging and you've got broadcast mastery happening. So where are you in terms of broadcast mastery? Do you do webinars? We've done webinars with a couple of clients. The broadcast mastery is also broadcasting your offer through traffic, through a great offer. Where are you in that? Red, yellow, green. Go. Okay, cool. Yeah. Couple of yellow, mostly red. Okay, it's all right. This is not depressing, guys. We're going to get there. I'm going to show you how you can upgrade this from a red to a yellow, and then you can have green lights all the way through. I have only had one client that I've met who was green everywhere. And by the way, I said I'm going to show you where to go to get further help. That was one of my promises. This guy had green everywhere, and it's like, hey man, dude, you're rocking this out. I can't add any value to what you're doing. Let's just touch base every 90 days and, you know, have a call and swap some ideas around. But I couldn't really help him because he was just lighting up green. I've never seen anything like it. Guy was like a really weird digital marketer, super smart, hardworking, but smart working too, all over this. The third most important thing is leveraging talent. And I'm really happy about this because I know there's a lot of you are going to say, yes, we're getting there. We've got yellow and red. We've got yellow and green on here. So leveraging talent means that you are protecting your time, fiercely protecting your time, and that you're focused on doing the most highly valued part of what you do in real estate. Meaning you're not putting up signs, you are not taking photographs. Stop it if you're doing that. There's a bunch of things that you shouldn't be doing. I was just at a 3-day conference run by Shane Smolin and Peter Gilchrist. Shane Smolin having 11 offices in the Sydney area, each of them having no less than 25% to 30% market share, 197 staff, brilliant operator. One of the things he said, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. So the whole idea of leveraging talent is not only building a team of other agents, and we'll talk about how we do that maybe later on, but also just doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing because it's not the most profitable use of your time. Yeah, you can get better return in prospecting, keeping a deal together, negotiating. That's the sort of thing you want to make sure you focus your time on. So where are you? Leveraging talent, by the way, is engaging someone like me to help do the digital marketing space. I mean, if you want to do it really, really slow, go learn how to do it, spend 10 years, invest $250,000, and then you'll get close to where I'm at, right? Or you could just say, I just want the fruit. Just give me the fruit. I don't want to invest $250,000. I don't want to do trial and error. I don't want to be pulling my hair out and just facing tech overwhelm for the next decade. I just want to do what I'm great at and let other great people come and help me build my team. And I'll show you how you do that. So where are you in terms of leveraging talent? Are you a red? Are you a yellow? Or you're on your way to green? Come on, give me some yellow. Red. Okay. A guy's saying red. Red, yellow. Okay, one guy, green, beautiful. Okay, that's cool. Right, so I'm gonna say yellow just to make me feel better, and it's okay. I think you guys may be being a little bit hard on yourself as well. So, but we can help you with that. Okay, cool. So that's essentially what we do. Okay, just pause and have a think about this screen and go to your workbook, maybe to this page here, if I can open it. This page here. Let's just talk about your results. Think about your results and maybe write down 3 insights under this topic here. 3 insights of things that you need, 3 action steps that you need to take this month in your business based on what you've just discovered. What are 3 things that you need to know in your business? What are 3 things that you need to focus your energy on? What are 3 action steps that you need to take? What are 3 things you need to do around attraction, conversion, and multiplication? Give you 10 seconds to think about that, write that down, 3 action steps that you need to take. Prospect more, delegate more, work smarter, not harder. Okay, cool. Get into the digital space, perfect. Work smarter, not harder, cool. What else we got? Lovely, thank you, by the way. So I'm gonna move right along, and they're the insights that you can get out of this. So I want to take you to here. So there's some of the things that we've covered today in terms of attraction, in terms of conversion and multiplication. So thank you for helping me with that. I've given you a couple of case studies, so that's cool. And the next thing I want to do is talk about where to from here. And so if you want to have a talk about what we can do to help you, if you want to have some more further help, I've tried to unpack as much as I can with the time that we've got so that we can keep on the hour. And so we're making awesome time. And I want to also leave a bit of time for Q&A. If you guys have got any Q&A, that could be cool. Or if you're like, you're full and I've given you way too much to think about and to smarter marketing is what you need to do. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, let me give you a couple of places where you can go and get some help. So my gift to you from today is to show you where you can get some more help. Our first thing to do is let's organize a snapshot call. Snapshot call just identifies specifically where you are, where you want to go, and what the gap is, and how I might be able to help you close that gap in record time. Yeah. And so if you would like to have a snapshot call, it's a 15-minute call. It's just really, really simple. It's just me asking a bunch of questions, figuring out what you want to do, where you want to go, if it's a priority for you to engage in the digital space, if you're qualified to be in that space, and if we like each other, then that makes sense that we might do business if I can add extreme value to your business, right? Go in and book in a free 15-minute call. We'll go through where you are right now, what's happening in your world, what's your marketplace like, where you want to go, and how we might be able to help you in that process. Shorten that gap, stop paying that gap tax, and get you on a path where you're cracking the $1 million GCO mark. Fair enough? Cool. From there, it was like, hey, after that, then we do like it's a deep dive. It's a marketing discovery session. And we go through a ton of content with you. There's about 98 different questions so that we really understand your marketplace. We understand your brand. We understand the results that you're generating, your target audience. We understand how you're creating yourself, your unique value proposition, what you're doing that's different, how you are wowing your audience, your most profitable customers. We're looking at that. We also look at what you're doing versus competitor 1, 2, and 3. So it's pretty in-depth analysis of your marketplace, what you do as a wow factor that sets you apart from everybody else. And I'll give you a bunch of ideas on how you can do that, how you can actually play a game. I'm really good at finding gaps in play. So I want you to be competing in a space that your competitor doesn't even know there's a game being played. And this is how we get to that. We look at what you're doing to separate yourself with your competitors. So I really want to know the problems, the solutions, the motives for your buyers, your online marketing, what do you got going on right now, your websites, how you're writing, what you're doing with traffic, with Google AdWords, Facebook, social media, email marketing, SMS, blogging, other stuff that you're doing, right? What are you doing in search engine optimization? We'll talk about that. Letterheads, all your direct mail. We'll get really clear visuals on exactly where you're at. We'll make recommendations. Your website. I'm going to give you a website audit as well, because most people's website, to use a technical term, are crap if they've got a personal website, and it's not their fault. They just don't know the 7 elements that make a website sell and at least capture data, right? It's not just about you. It's not just about your blog and your team and why you're a superstar. It's got to be about what's in it for them. And so I'll show you how to professionally write a website that actually makes you money rather than one that just sits there and does nothing. You think, why the hell did I spend $3,000 on a website, right? You shouldn't spend $3,000 on a website. Repetitive trade, loyalty programs, there's a bunch of things. It's a really big deal to go into that marketing discovery. Once we do that, that gives us the framework. If you choose to engage with us after the marketing discovery form, then we just put a full-blown marketing plan together for you. So it's really cool. It's a really exciting, fun experience. And then we just have a look at what you've told us. This particular client told us that their area, their farm area was 446,333 residents. So our first piece of advice is like, whoa, bring it down. Let's just manage 100,000 first, yeah? And with digital, you can do that, right? There's a lot of people who are talking about farm areas. Farm areas are a thing that are fading. And so people who understand this is how you can dominate and just surpass your competition within 6 months or less. But getting your head around digital space and understanding not only the traction that you can create, but the market penetration. So yeah, feel that, go ahead and give Jody a call or go to the website. I've just popped there in the chat box. I want to talk to you a little bit about this marketing plan as well, so you really know what you're going to get. If you want to pursue that further, maybe enough of you guys have got enough content and you're ready to rock and roll, ready to take action and get immediate results leaving this webinar today. But if not, that's our number. Our office in Sydney, 1300 number, international from New Zealand or the US, just dial the international number. If you want to go online right now, there's a site there, smartermarketers.com.au/snapshot. We have a 15-minute Q&A call, me just firing a bunch of questions to see where you're at, whether we might be a good fit and whether we can add extreme 10x, 20x value to what you're doing. So yeah, a whole bunch of things on graphic arts. We do the whole thing, turnkey, done for you, right? So there's a huge level of accountability from our point of view in terms of website creation, copywriting, video production, traffic, automation, all the technical stuff, like all the pixels, all the retargeting, remarketing, all the emails, the real-time notification, integrating it all with different software, different platforms, domain registration for you. Yeah, so we do all of that. Any questions that you've got, we can answer them in full to help you with this and help you go to take the next step in the right direction. I hope this has been amazing value for you and you focus on implementation. I hope to see you again, and I'm looking forward to helping you on your journey to $1 million a year. Thank you so much for being with me today. God bless you, and we will speak very soon. Take good care. This is Simon Cryer, out. Speak to you soon.